This is the Infinite Receiving Podcast, helping conscious leaders like you tap into a wealth of abundance across all areas of your life and business. My name is Susie Ashworth. I am a single mom of 3 and author of the Sunday Times best-selling book, Infinite Receiving: Crack the Code to Conscious Wealth Creation and Finally Manifest Your Dream Life. On this show, I'll be sharing with you how you can upgrade your identity and your reality to create the life that you have been dreaming of. Because you are ready to be an infinite receiver. Hello, you gorgeous, gorgeous human being. It is Susie Ashworth here, and you are listening to the Infinite Receiving Podcast. And I have got a quick and dirty one for you today. I, first of all, just want to say before I get into it, and it is all about questions. It's all about how to get a better answer, how to tap into better solutions to your questions. Before I go into it, I just want to say, since getting back from South Africa, I have not been wearing makeup, hardly at all. I've probably worn it twice. And it's so interesting to me how before going, the idea of doing anything without a face on was so just not an option for me. I'd really made up a story that unless I had makeup on, even if I was wearing tinted moisturizer, and maybe this is a gradual thing because I was wearing tinted moisturizer as opposed to full foundation. So obviously a lot lighter, a lot less coverage. But I made up a story that I just was too beast-like to be seen without makeup. And whilst I was in South Africa, it was so liberating not to have to worry about it all day. When I came back, I was really like, I don't think I want to go back into that way of being. And I haven't. And it feels very liberating. So I don't know whether this is subliminal messaging from Pamela Anderson. It's age. It's something that was just always going to happen. But I'm here for it. Not that I'm anti-makeup. I've worn it a couple of times, but I am definitely here for the fresh face vibes. Anyway, I promised you a quick and dirty one, so here it is. I want to remind you to ask better questions. It is so normal for us to go to that how do we do this? Whenever we have something that is troubling us, whenever we are looking for the solution to a problem, and 99.9% of the time, that is not the question that you need to be asking yourself. It just isn't. You have to go to identity. If you think about the fact that your external reality will always, without exception, and your experience of your external reality, without exception, will be a reflection of the experience that you are having inside, which means that you can be in the most objectively terrible circumstances and still be able to find joy and peace and be centered when you really understand the mastery of everything starts from within. So when we kind of take this from being less of a philosophical and theoretical conversation into a practical one, the question that you get to ask yourself is either one of these two. And I would say that maybe the first one, always 90% of the time, is who do I need to be a match for the outcome that I desire? And when we ask ourselves that question, it is a big, lofty question. It might be, who do I need to be to hit my financial goals for the year? Who do I need to be a match for the love of my life? Who do I need to be? So let's just take the first example. To hit my financial goals, I need to be somebody who is on top of my money. I need to be somebody who understands what's going in and what's going out. I need to be somebody who is, tracking, has accountants, whatever. I need to be the person who. And these are typically going to be traits or things that you are not quite a match for at the moment. Otherwise, you'd already have the result. So who do I need to be to get the result? You have to know what it is that you want. And then the second, which I think is probably the most important part of it, is what do I need to let go of in order to create space for all of the identity questions? It will be stories, it will be experiences. Sometimes it will be people. Sometimes it will be all of the successes that got you to this stage. When you start asking those two questions, You get to build a process. And instead of asking yourself how, you'll start saying, who's going to be able to support me in this bit? I don't know how. So there's no point in me trying to work out how if I don't have experience in what it is that I want to do right now. I do know who and I do know what. So if I know who it is that I need to become and I know what it is that I need to let go of, I'm then going to ask myself, who do I need to pull into my world in order for this to be supportive of me and my growth and where I'm going and what I'm doing? It's actually way, way more manageable and simple to come at it from that way than to ask how. How will always stump you because your mind is a map of the past. It is not the navigation of the future. So asking how, you're just going into the memory banks. You don't get anywhere. So let's stop doing that. Let's stop doing that and start, if you haven't already, get it ready for Infinite Receiving Live, which is about 3 weeks away. We've got 50 tickets left and we are going to have an incredible time. And it's all of these questions around identity that you are going to be able to answer. It is all of the experiences and stories that you are currently behaving from, which are stopping you from already being a match for your outcomes that you are going to be letting go of in the room. This is going to be one of the most action-orientated events that I have done. And I'm really mindful. God, I don't want to say I'm not sure that we're going to do it next year, but the honest answer is I'm not sure that we are going to do it next year because I think that my live events next year are going to be very much focused on coaching and the certification process. Never say never, and that is not 100% nailed in, but I'm really feeling that when I look at my plan for 2026. Yes, I'm ahead of the game. I'm like, I am not sure where that fits in logically. And we got big ass goals for 2026. And so, yes, we are all about the magic, but there also needs to be some rhyme and reason for me. So I'm questioning, which means that this is a really, 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 really good time for you to grab your ticket because I don't know when the next time we will be doing this. It is not guaranteed that it will be next year at all by any stretch of the imagination. And ultimately, 80% of the work you will always do will be around mindset, energetics, and identity. You have to become the person who is a match for what it is that you want before you receive what it is that you desire in the material. That's just the way that it works. And so I want to invite you into the room so we get to work on this as a collective for 3 whole days together. And I want you to feel the difference. We are going to be getting rich in the room in every way, shape, and form. So do yourself a favor, become the type of person who is in the right rooms for the types of transformations that you usually observe online and say, wow, how did that happen? It happened because they were in the right rooms. This is the right room. So susieashworth.com/live events or /Infinite Receiving Live, you will be able to get to your tickets in both places. And right now, we still have some limited spots left for any class of ticket holder to come and join us in Ibiza for my Ibiza Mansion Mastermind that is happening in September 2026. So you get 2 opportunities for huge growth, all for the cost of your ticket for Infinite Receiving Live, which is just absolutely insane. But heck, there's got to be some people who live from the place of crazy, baby. And right now, that is me. Right, I am off. Have the most incredible morning, evening, lunchtime, weekend, whenever it is that you are listening to this. And if this piece around identity and asking better questions has resonated with you, do me a favor, please just share it on your Instagram, drop me a tag, let me know that you are listening. I always deeply appreciate it and it helps us spread the word. And in the meantime, faith plus action equals miracles. Do not forget it.
Thank you for listening to Infinite Receiving with me, Susie Ashworth. I'd love to share with you my Infinite Receiving activation audio. Go to susieashworth.com/activate infinite receiving.